A very warm good evening to each and everyone, and thank you very much for sparing your, busy time and coming all the way to, spend some time with us. Uh, well, I'm always I try to a lot to be formal, but end up of being non-formal. Well, as we are having so many new guests today, first of all, I really want to welcome each and everyone and just wanted to tell you brief about this show. Well, this show is not about the popularity. This show is all about creating impact and adding quality in your life. And that's what our motto with this show. Actually, what we do call a master every time, and we have plan a concept on that topic. We request our master to share their life journey and we learn. Actually, I hope everybody will be agree with me that you cannot teach anybody anything. What we can do, we can just teach them a way. Ultimately, they have to walk their own journey, they have to struggle their own life, they have to create their own path. So with this small initiative, we really wanted to make you enable to those unplugged area which is already there. It is just like putting everybody's brain on charging and telling them that you are 100% charged. Now do whatever you want to make your life successful, happy, and full of quality. With this note, I request my team to introduce themselves. Yes, I request Geeta.
Good evening to all. I'm Geeta. I'm an emergency nurse.
Thank you. Dolma. Dolma, are you there? She's always busy in admitting people. Yeah.
Sorry. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dolma, and I'm very much proud to be a nurse.
Dolma, you're
Thank
mute,
you.
I believe. Thank you.
No, I have.
Sridevi,
can
ma'am.
hear. Sridevi ma'am is here. Okay, my name is I'm Sridevi. Can you see me? I don't see
Yes,
myself
ma'am.
on the screen. Yeah, I'm Sridevi, and I'm proud to be a nurse, and I'm a teacher. I'm a nurse teacher.
Thank you, ma'am. Uma, ma'am.
I am Uma Handa, and I am proud to be with the group. I'd love to listen to everybody and learning a lot from all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. So today's topic concept is knowledge is power. I request everyone, Dalmati, can you mute other people? Yeah. So I request everyone to keep themselves muted so that we
Rupa, we can't hear you. Rupa is also muted.
Rupa?
I'm muted. I am muted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for reminding me that I'm muted. I said let's keep ourselves muted so that we can enjoy the planned listening. Otherwise, we are always full of unplanned noise from our backside. Today's concept is knowledge is power. So first of all, when knowledge comes to our mind, knowledge is directly associated or related with the degrees what we are collecting through going to the universities, or it is something else. Definitely it is not directly related with the degrees, because knowledge is a comprehensive word, and I will call it a pot with so many things inside, like experience. Definitely education is a major part, but your experience, your your learning, and so many other qualities and trait make you a knowledgeable person. So there is a huge deep meaning behind the word knowledge. It is far more detailed than just a education. And when it comes to the power, people think that power is just like Hitler, a dictatorship, or just ordering something to anybody, or it is a polite manner to use your power constructively, positively, so that we can actually build or create a change. So with this note, I really don't want to go in much detail, and want to introduce today's master, Mrs. Ratna Chakravarti Prakash. uh, what actually we really don't introduce somebody from their designation here. And we prefer them that she's a powerful person. She's a powerful nursing leader. She's a person with a different idea. She's a person who really want to work on concept. And I would personally say she's a person with so much courage and so much knowledge. I was seriously enjoying talking to her from last 1 week, as I really wanted to be her the master of this topic. So I request Ratna ma'am, over to you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being on the show. Ratna ma'am, can you hear us? Hello?
Hello, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
First of all, I
And I'm sorry, ma'am, just a minute. Before over to Ratna, ma'am, I just wanted to tell. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, over to you, ma'am.
yes. First of all, I want to do pranam to Uma madam. Uma madam, pranam. With your blessings, I start today in this interactive session. And I'm so happy to see you all in this forum. And thank you, Professor Rupa Rawat, for giving me this opportunity to participate in this. I don't think myself as a master, but I am one with you, one of you. So it is a small, my main introduction is that I'm a nurse. Right now I'm working in College of Nursing and Medical Sciences as academic director. But nursing or healthcare is actually what to say that I love it because I love people. I like to interact with them. In my whole life experience, about 9 years, I have worked purely in the clinical side. 2 years as a staff nurse, 3 years as ward in charge, and 4 years as departmental supervisor in a medical department. Medical department means it has 150 students total, including ICU, general ward, etc. So from my life experience, may I share with you a small incident which has really shown me that I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse in my own right. Are you with me, friends? Are you with me? I can't hear all of you.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
I
Yes,
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 ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We are listening to you, and we will.
We are hearing you.
Ma'am,
Yes,
we
we are
request you
hearing
to be little loud, ma'am. Louder. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, all right. Yes. One incident in the clinical area which I have faced it, but I had resolved it also. As a departmental supervisor, it's my responsibility to visit every patient in the ward every morning. So one day, as I was entering the female general ward, I could see Mrs. Kamala. She is just collapsing on her bed. As I knew her whole condition, what has happened to her, what is happening, why she is in the hospital, I ran, called for the ward in charge, and jumped on her bed because it's a metal bed, and I started CPR. Between ward sister and myself, both of us, we revived her. We were very happy that she had been revived. In the meantime, the doctor in charge, like me, I was nurse in charge in that whole floor of medical department. There is also a doctor in charge. The doctor in charge was called, and very politely, in detail, I narrated the whole thing to him. The thing is that immediately he flared up. Why he flared up, that I'm going to tell you. As I was documenting the whole episode, I found out that this lady, Mrs. Kamala, she was a 67 years old lady, from a very poor farmer family. She was getting morning, she got omeprazole around 7 o'clock, and around 8 o'clock, she was given Ecosprin. Now, why she was given? Because her provisional diagnosis was coronary heart disease. Investigation was still going on because just 4 days back, she had been admitted there. Now, so I just very politely told, because I understood that omeprazole, it definitely reduces the side effects of Ecosprin, gastric irritation, etc., because hydrochloric acid is secreted more. But omeprazole also, if it is used for a long time, it can definitely shut down the whole release of hydrochloric acid. But hydrochloric acid in our stomach is so important to digest and absorb fat, carbohydrate, protein, and also many, many vitamins and trace elements. It was very important. Whereas the ranitidine, etc., these medicines, they will not shut down the release of hydrochloric acid. Rather, they will reduce the release of hydrochloric acid so that gastric irritation, etc., is reduced. Now, what happened? I had guessed it that because of this omeprazole, the hydrochloric acid secretion had been either shut down or had been really reduced to such an extent that her stomach was bloating and it was full of gas, which has pushed the diaphragm up, and that's how the heart was compressed. And the symptoms of cardiac arrest was very apparent. That's the reason I gave CPR and she had been revived. Then the doctor, he shouted at me, he scolded me, he abused me so much. Anyway, I did not tell anything. I recorded everything and quietly went to head of the department of cardiology. And I told him, sir, if I am found wrong, I don't mind facing any type of consequence. But if I am found right, then I want justice for my patient as well as for the nurse, because the doctor has scolded me saying that you are a nurse, you have no right to interfere in whatever treatment I give. I just told him, sir, I also advocate for my patient. And from which book you have studied pharmacology? From the same book I too have studied. Very smilingly I told him. So I too have right to protect my patients from any type of effect related to the treatment. That's what I told him. Anyway, the matter had gone to medical superintendent. There was a big meeting at the very higher authority level. And
Ma'am, I really want to interrupt you here. And I hope everybody has listened this beautiful story of courage and knowledge. How Ratna ma'am saw that patient is getting deteriorated and jumped to, treating her without waiting for the doctor's prescription or the order. So here I really want everyone to just try to be interactive, and I really want to just ask a simple question through my poll. Yes. I hope everyone can see that question. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible, Rupa.
Thank you, Geeta. Yeah. So the question is, what quality of master provoked her to handle this situation in this way? Was it courage, compassion, knowledge, job security that she was fearing that if patient is not survived, that probably she would lose her job, or fear of losing patient? Yeah. So we just have only 11. Yeah, please come on, guys. We need more answers. Yeah, just now. Now we reached only on 50%. Please. I
Host
hope
and
everyone.
panelists can't vote.
Sorry.
Host and panelists
Is everybody
can't
can
vote.
Acha, it's okay, Didu. Thank you, Di, for letting me know. I hope everyone can see that result. Oh,
I can't see.
No.
oh, I'll share that result then. Thank you very much. Most of the people said that courage and knowledge. Definitely, I am agree with them also. And yes, over to you, ma'am. We really wanted to listen what happened when you reached to the office. Ratna ma'am, over to you.
yes. No, actually after that it was proved that I was right. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear
yes,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yeah.
Yes. No, it was proved in that meeting that I was right. But Actually, I did not want to keep any enmity with anybody. So the doctor apologized in front of everybody. We became a very close friends. After that, the doctor in charge and myself together, we could do so much of improvement in that particular medical department. We started a diabetic clinic. We started an infection control cell. We started the puppet show for the patients, and we did lots of improvement. Until today, we are friends. Now, that is the story that has taught me that if I know something and if I really internalize, if I understand my knowledge, but I have to apply it, then I can bring changes anywhere. And I believe that that is power. That is the power, that is my power as a nurse.
Thank you very much for the beautiful story, ma'am. We are totally mesmerized. I hope everyone has really enjoyed this story. And we really request our all the guests, please just cheer up with their non-verbal comments if they can, by just clapping or. So yes, with this note, I really wanted to raise one point here. We keep asking that we don't have rights. We keep saying that crippling for so many things. But here, ma'am actually, so sorry to say, when ma'am was telling me this story personally, so it was very mesmerizing, and especially the time when they reached to the medical superintendent office, what happened? That medical superintendent very proudly said to her that, Ratna, you were right, and we suspended this doctor. And this was a beautiful part of the story. I don't know why ma'am hide it right now. So what ma'am said to, and most important, the doctor was sitting there. She entered into the MS office and she greeted him. And then MS disclosed that the management decided to suspend that doctor. Then ma'am very politely said that she really don't want that that doctor should be suspended, because that was his patient as well. So she just wanted to asking for her right. She was so assertive and she was very polite in her, as it is very closely related with our last week topic, that art of assertiveness. So I really mesmerized at this point that she actually said loudly that she really don't want that doctor should be suspended. And another beautiful part, that she has that guts to greet that doctor. This all can be possible because of her knowledge, because of her wisdom, because she feels that what she did is absolutely right. I hope everyone will be agree with me. And with this beautiful story, where we can actually see that knowledge is power and knowledge is courage, and you can do anything when you are actually knowledgeable. And knowledge is not only about getting master's degree, PhD, it is being a subject matter expert. I would really love to say that there is one very famous book, that basic immunology book, and this is a bible for all the immunologists. They usually start from that book, and that Dr. Abdul Abbas is just a MBBS, and it's a world famous book. It is not about only India, it's a world famous book. And जिसको भी immunology सीखनी होती है, they first go for that book. Even the Harvard University people recommend that book. If you really want to learn immunology, do read that book. And that doctor is just MBBS. So it is not all about the degree and collecting the degree. It is all about that how deeply you understand that topic, and feel that you are responsible for your patient. So with that note, we are going to start questions. And before question, we really want to take a case scenario. Now what we really want to actually activate everybody's brain now. It's time to give task to yourself and start working together. Yes, so one of our participants, I request Geeta, being a core member, she really worked on this case scenario. So over to you, Geeta. And Ratna ma'am, this case scenario will be for you. She will be asking a question, and I request everyone later on to be participate in the poll. Yes.
I'm audible, Rupa? Hello?
Yes, Geeta, now you are audible. Now you are audible.
Okay. Good evening to all. Good evening, Ratna ma'am. Ma'am, my question is, if knowledge is power, then why staff with a good knowledge is being exploited and troubled by the senior as well as co-worker and has to face unfavorable outcomes many times? For example, if a nurse who is trained in ABG and she is also good in identify the cases and she is able to identify able to interpretation of report, but unfortunately every time she gets scolded by the in charges for doing useless work. Sometimes say, hey, this is doctor's job, don't poke your nose. If something will happen to the patient, they will not come to rescue you. So that is my question, ma'am.
Actually, this type of situation, I think
Hello.
all of us
Actually,
will
this
face.
was my experience, ma'am.
Yes, yes, I can understand. This type of experience, I think all of us we have faced many times in our life. Now, about this ABG, I believe that if I have to work with my patients, especially critically ill patients, I have to be expert in ABG analysis. And then I really hope the people who had scolded you or they have criticized you, they are listening to this, because knowing ABG is very important for nurses. May I say a small thing why it is important? Hello, hello,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
hello.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you
Yes,
are
yes,
audible.
yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, yes. That is one. I said that is the nurse's credit. What I am telling you. One of the patients with CRF, chronic renal failure, nobody was able to understand why this patient is hypoxic. I mean, whatever everybody had tried, but this patient was in dialysis, but that hypoxia, the oxygen level, nobody was able to move it
सर
to
उधर
the
से
near
कम्युनिटी को
normal
बुलाना
level
एक
also.
मिनट जल्दी से.
Then it was a nurse, who has read, because updated knowledge update is very important for nurses, because that was the nurse, that was only MSc student. She has studied so much and found out that in some cases the carbon dioxide, when the person is undergoing dialysis, sometimes if they are on ventilator also, that positive pressure, that causes little injury to the kidney. As a result, the carbon dioxide get diffused to the dialysate, the dialysate solution. So there is alveolar hypoxia. That was the core reason why that person was not responding to any treatment, and high oxygen saturation was not coming up. And also the metabolic acidosis, etc., as it added to that. And now the doctors and all of us, we appreciated her knowledge and understanding and solving the whole problem. That is the reason nurses have to know ABG analysis thoroughly, whoever is working with the critically ill patients. But now one thing may I add to that, we may have knowledge, in-depth knowledge, but unless and until I apply and do something new for people to see, nobody will allow me to do that. I had been working in ICU for a long time. There, what I have done, I mean, not only me, ward in charge together, there is a general flow chart. All of you who have worked in ICU, I think you know that there's a general flow chart with the date and all these medicines given, intake, output, etc., etc. You all know that. In this ICU, what we did, we developed another flow chart where this blood gas analysis, every time, even in a day, 10 times it may change. The reading may change. And so we made a flow chart in such a way that every day from morning till evening, we made a graph in that flow chart. We kept a space for that to know how it is changing, and rather we found a pattern why it is changing. According to that, the ventilator mode also could be changed. And so when we were doing it very quietly without showing to anybody, because my boss also, being a very senior nurse and my head of the department, she also would not allow me to do so many things, this jumpy work. But we were really jumpy. So we developed this flow chart. At the end of 1 month, when we showed this flow chart to, every month there is a meeting with all the senior doctors, nurses, and all of us, whoever is working in the critical care area. When we showed the flow chart, very precisely and clearly one pattern has come out that why the patient's ABG analysis, that's the readings were changing in a day 9 times, 10 times, and same patient. After 1 week, we could get a pattern. On that basis, I tell you so proudly that on that basis, people started looking at that ventilator mode and it was changed many times. So that's the beauty of nurses knowing, not only knowing, applying that knowledge in appropriate places and without any prejudice, and slowly and quietly show that we are also competent. Competency is very important for other people to allow us to do, because without result, nobody will allow us to work. Is it okay with you? Am I able to explain? Hello, are you with me?
Yeah, Geeta. Geeta,
Hello,
yeah.
Uh,
Are you
ma'am,
okay with the answer? Yeah.
answer, ma'am. The answer is okay, but what I do, ma'am? The seniors are scolding me. Then what I do? I will be discouraged by them.
No, please. No, I mean, what I would suggest, you do quietly without telling anybody in your own way, some innovative way to record it and to show that your knowledge is applicable in some way. When I do not know your situation, but that's what I could do, because I got plenty scolding from my boss, nursing superintendent, for trying to learn ABG analysis and catching this doctor, that doctor. She definitely every day I used to get scolding, but very quietly when he showed the result, then we were accepted.